Hi guys, we're finally about to enter the Forest Temple, and I bothered to do a little bit of research to try and find out some more stuff about this place, you know, a bit more information relating to a bit of lore or what have you, similarities between other games and whatnot. And all I've managed to come up with is that a lot of the doors contain the red cockery symbol which was present in Ocarina of Time on doors, and the shield which you had as a kid on that game. The other thing is that it's quite similar to the Woodfall Temple in Majora's Mask, as it is, it's only got one floor, which means it's radically different from the Forest Temple in the Ocarina of Time. It's got multiple floors and basements and what have you. And the outside, I don't know if you saw in the previous video or so where I've looked at the actual temple itself. People think that the remnants of the temple is made out of the Great Deku Tree from Ocarina of Time. But most of this is basically all speculation, but it's nice to have all these allusions to the other games. There's the cockery symbol there. And in this temple, I'll get into it because the first room's pretty boring, but we have to help the monkeys in this place. And they're always willing to help us as well. Spiders are pretty prominent here. They really are no trouble whatsoever. Occasionally they can't be hit because they'll block or something, but if you give them a second you usually attack them. We don't have much to do here at the moment, but the first thing we can do is light these, as you do when you first see a some torches. And I just cut out a bit of me standing around not looking where I was going. A traditional dungeon map. It's not a huge place, it's quite reasonable really. It's not a difficult dungeon either. It took me about an hour to finish. I'm not sure if that's including all the time I spent having a walk around and whatnot.
What the hell? You did find out. The pub maybe. Me wrong to you pub
And that's it's not the main boss of this area. It's a mini boss. And mini bosses like to show up ever since Majora's Mask, which is also quite nice. The mini boss can act as a sort of halfway point when you're halfway through the dungeon. And this here is basically, I would say, it's a walk-in bomb flower, similar to Ocarina of Time again, except they will attack you. And now we're getting introduced to a strange item slash animal thing. Never really sure. So, that thing acts like Thoreau's wind in Ocarina of Time. So you can teleport out of a dungeon if you need to do something. Get some, like lantern fuel for example, so you can teleport out, go out and gather. And this spider is easily dispatched with in a comical way. He runs straight into the water. And as you can see, it's a locked door. We can't do much about it at the moment. Small keys do make a return. And this right here we'll be coming back to later on. As you can see, it looks important, having a big old chest. And here we have another thing introduced here. There's these spinning bridges, which change because of the wind. But again, they don't really add any challenge at all to the game. They're just there for just a new mechanic. And as you can see, there's no wind here, so that thing can't change. So we're still locked to this lower area of the temple. But using the small key, we can get about some more. We can go and open that door from earlier. So as you can probably see, the temple is pretty straightforward, especially this part here, just to ease you into the whole game. And there's our next monkey to save. And the bridge is, we can't go back on that, and so we do need the two monkeys. Can't leave without him. And this is another mechanic in the game, which honestly I don't think is explained well to you, because I wouldn't know what to do if I wouldn't play this before. I remember it must have taken me some time. And the enemies are easy dispatched because we've still got some pretty simple ones on the go. And there are an awful lot of chests in dungeons in this game which do contain rupees, which you'll probably see later when you acquire the compass, because you just see all these things just appear, and it's an awful lot of just boxes of money. And going back to this main room now, we'll be able to tackle the eastern side of the temple. So the main thing on this temple is to basically, if you're ever a bit stuck, it probably wouldn't happen that much, but make sure you go back to the central rooms, bigger rooms, because that's where the monkeys like to hang out and give you a hand. Like, they won't go any further than here now. And I spent an awful lot of time in this room while I was playing this, and I cut out a fair bit of just complete nothingness of doing the wrong thing. Which we all like the magic of editing. And those thingies can be easily dispatched with a bomb. They like to eat things, so... And if we were to have jumped over that, it would have ate us and took away one heart, I believe. But we do have a couple of other rooms to investigate around here. And we also can get rid of the eating plant doodad down this end. If I stop rolling them in and chuck the bomb quicker. And this chest is a pretty decent chest. We get our third piece of heart, and I don't know, I really don't understand what made Nintendo want to put pieces of heart in a dungeon, because it's I don't like it personally, because I think it'd be better if they were in the overworld like they've always been. Because there are a couple of points in this game where I think after you've done something they're inaccessible. And I don't think I should have to come back to a dungeon just to get a heart piece, which shouldn't have been in there in the first place. But I suppose if you can pick up the compass, then it's probably not much trouble. We've got quite a large room in here. And again, we've got some more pole things to roll into. And this contains a small key again, which is always useful. Especially just for this one room. And these enemies, when I first played, it's been a while, I thought they were going to throw the blocks at me, but all they really do is if you walk over them, I think they launch you in the air. I think that does like a heart or so of damage, but they're going to easily be avoided. And here we have some more torches to light again. This is a room we'll actually be coming back to later on in the game because it's got something we need. And there's just another spider up here which can easily be taken care of. As you can see there, he's just blocking me. And if you just wait, then it will let you start to attack him. And again, easy taken down with the finishing off move. And we can either go back the standard way, or we can go over there and do some climbing. And again, I've sped it up for you because 1, I fell off, and 2, climbing is horribly slow and boring in this game. I want to keep talking about it because I really can't stand the climbing. I know it might be an attempt at being realistic, but I really would rather not. And then the good effect in this game is the wet stained clothes, which do slowly dry off, which looks nice. I'll just kerfuffling about in this place. I do manage to get my way around properly. Because, like I say, I spent a lot of time in this place just dicking around, so... And here we have a... I don't know if you could call it a sub-boss. Or a mini-boss, because... he's quite a large enemy. And he's got something we need. And your first thoughts would be, the same as mine, is to try and chuck bombs into the thing. Which is wrong. You've got to slap his head a few times and knock that part off. So letting him just basically go to attack you, then jumping out of the way is usually the best option. You can get in a few hits then. But he's really easily taken care of. He's a bit of a pussy, so it's not too bad. Just remember as well, with those bombs, you don't have to waste ammo like what I did before when I was using a slingshot to knock them out. You can literally just whack them with your sword, or just hold out and then defend and let them hit you, and they'll knock themselves out basically. And with this we can free the other imprisoned monkey, and we'll have enough now to move on to the mini-boss, because we'll have enough on that bridge to make us a nice swinging rope basically. And they're pretty nice and quick to congratulate you as well. And you'll see I've only got 1 heart because I spent some more time going around the wrong way and not going to the main room. But I get there in the end. And as you can see, they're pointing you in the right direction because they can give you an hand. They will gladly let you do this, and I was glad on my go that I never fell off once. I managed to, you know, time each jump properly and not fall over. There'll be no jump cuts here. And these give you an opportunity to restock on hearts. I think there might have been like some bullets in there as well, but there's not really anything else. So we're about to go in and face one of the first bosses of the game, and in this case a mini boss. And he gets a little scene before we get to have a fight, so I'll leave you with that. Well, I was pretty smart, and he's showed us his weak spot, his great big baboon bum, and he's on pillars which we've been taught to roll into, and we get a few opportunities such as this, and you just need to let the boomerang hit him, and if you get behind him and whack his behind, it's really not difficult. It's the only thing I could imagine be challenging is when he knocks down those Deku Babas you can see hanging off. As far as I'm aware, this doesn't really use a rule of three kind of system, as I found that it takes a little bit longer, and also the music's pretty damn good. And I think if one more time and he's done for, really. Like I say, it's really simple. Good pattern. And he's down. And he was nice enough to drop us his Gale Boomerang, which we will be using for the rest of the dungeon. So I'll leave you with the end scene, and then I'll leave you with the end of the video. See you guys next time.
Oh, Brick. You taught me how any if you will be the way